Some of you may know, today is quite a special day, and I'm guessing by the thumbnail, you might have a few inklings at what that might be. Well, let me tell you, I love Formula 1. A lot of you know I love Formula 1, but if you know me in real life, you will also know I love Star Wars. They're my two babies in this world, and I wasn't going to do anything on this channel on this special day. However, last night I had a vision, and I thought, what would Formula 1 drivers be? Would they be Jedi? Would they be Sith? Well, how about we go through every single driver and decide if they are indeed a Jedi or a Sith. This is a little bit different than what we usually do. It should be a lot of fun. So hopefully you can join me as we go through all 20 F1 drivers. Are they Jedi? Are they Sith? Welcome to today's arena, our place, our field, where we will be making that vital decision, the light side or the dark side. All 20 drivers have been thrown into an online randomizer. We've got a completely random order, and we're going to be diving straight in and just deciding, just from our own thoughts and feelings, where we're going to place these drivers. In the iCards in the top right hand corner, you can have your say. But first up to the plate is Renault driver Nico Hülkenberg. No podiums in his Formula 1 career. However, he is liked by the majority of the Formula 1 fan base. Don't get me wrong, he has had many times where he has flipped his lead and he's got a little bit too far. Brazil 2012, he could have won, but threw it all away. The decision is, he is a Jedi. Nico Hülkenberg, our first contestant, becomes a Jedi. He's just too good of a guy. He's too nice of a guy. Not only that, he's quick in a Formula 1 car. He's consistent in a Formula 1 car. Best of the rest last season for a reason. Still yet to get a win. Still yet to get a podium. He can have a bit of a break today. He is our first Jedi sitting on the council. Our next contestant, Pierre Gasly. Bit more of a difficult one. Difficult start to the season for Gasly. Hasn't quite settled into life at Red Bull. Only a year's experience. Like Hülkenberg, seems like a pretty down-to-earth guy. Always up for a bit of a laugh. However, sometimes drivers have a bit of a dark side that they like to hide. Gasly, the verdict is another Jedi. We've had two Jedis already, but honestly, this guy last year especially did absolute wonders in a Toro Rosso with Honda for the first year. That fourth place alone in Bahrain, for me, puts him on the Jedi side. He's got a mighty task ahead of him this season, so he's only a padawan. He's not on the council quite like Hülkenberg is. However, there is potential there with Gasly. 2 Jedis out of 2. Danny Kvyat. Well, with a nickname, the Torpedo, is there any nice things we can say? He is a very blunt character. He says things how they are. Again, he's up for a laugh. But on track, he's had some brilliant performances. However, I think we know where this one is going, because yes, he's had some brilliant performances, but many times, I mean, there it is. He is a Sith. He has completely ruined people's races. We know what happened with Sebastian Vettel in Russia. We saw, I was going to say last time out, in Azerbaijan with Ricciardo. That wasn't his fault this time, but we've seen him take out his teammate at Silverstone in 2017, Kvyat. Probably a little bit unfairly, but he is our first Sith of our Formula 1 2019 grid. Okay, Giovinazzi or Giovinazzi. I still need to work on that one. His first full season in Formula 1 is, and he's up against the might of Kimi Räikkönen. He's another one who struggled to the start of this season. He did a few races a few years ago, back in 2017, for Sauber, bin the car pretty dramatically, to be honest with you. Where's he going to be? I've put him as a Sith, because no Jedi quite has hair like that. I mean, look at it. Look how perfect he looks as a Sith. Giovinazzi, a man of few words. And I feel this season, like we did in Azerbaijan, this dude has a dark side and he can perform when he's under pressure. He's a Sith. Difficult one to pick, Giovinazzi. You can have your say in the comments below. But that's 2 apiece now. 2 for the Jedi, 2 for the Sith. Carlos Sainz is our next contestant. Sainz, a driver who spent 3 or 4 seasons at Toro Rosso. A long time at Toro Rosso was Carlos Sainz. Might have had a chance at Red Bull this year, but they chose Gasly instead. He's moved to McLaren and had an awful start to the season and very easily could be swayed by the dark side. But Sainz is not like that. He is on the Jedi Council. He is a Jedi Master. Again, he's not the quickest. However, he is consistent like Hülkenberg. He's going to give you those solid results. The most point finishes of anyone outside the top 6 last season. At McLaren, I think he has the potential to lead this team back to greatness. Might be a bit of a hot take, that one. But Sainz is a Jedi. That's 3 Jedis now, 2 Sith. Lewis Hamilton's up next, and it doesn't matter where I put him because I'm going to get hate either way. So this is a reminder that this is all a bit of fun on May the 4th. Hamilton is a vegan. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Can a vegan be a Sith? Probably not. 5 times world champ, Mercedes domination, that's not good. That's not healthy. So can he be a Jedi? Maybe not. Am I cutting corners by saying he's a grey Jedi? If you don't know what a grey Jedi is, Google it. Google it. Someone who perhaps has left the Order, generally after Order 66, like Ahsoka Tano, hasn't gone back. White lightsabers usually. Hamilton, he's not one for following the rules, following the crowd, so I don't expect him to be a Jedi. Also, a divisive character. So I don't expect him to follow the rule of 2 at the Sith either. Hamilton, grey, Jedi. And we've got Vettel right after Hamilton. That's a bit of a shock because we're going to get hate for Hamilton and now hate for Vettel. Let's break this down. Another boy is Vettel who had a period of domination which no one wants to see. But he's gone to Ferrari and almost is one of the hopes that potentially he could be the one to ruin the Mercedes dominance. But there's only one guy Vettel can be, and that is the pod racing master, little Anakin Skywalker. And if you don't know why, then here it is.
I'll try spinning. That's a good trick.
K-Mag. Kevin Magnussen, the Haas boy. I've got to come clean, he's not one of my favourite drivers, is Kevin Magnussen. However, 2017, not a good year. Not a good year. To be honest, I'm so surprised he stayed for 2018, but Haas, they will be thankful that he did stay, because he had a mega year last season. Was that enough for me to put him on the Jedi Council with his years of experience? No, it wasn't. I could never do that for Magnussen. He is a dark boy. He is on the Sith. He is a dark side welder. We all know it. I mean, the comments suck my you-know-what. That's not what a Jedi would say. That is not very nice from Kevin Magnussen. Notorious for pushing people off the road, racing to the limit, giving people no space. This guy has a red lightsaber. You can just see it. All makes sense. George Russell. Now, he seems to me like an innocent guy in a very precarious situation, driving for Williams this season in his first full year of Formula 1. Last year, he was in Formula 2 World Champion of 2018. Solid job. However, he has comfortably beat Kubica this season, and he did destroy a drain in Baku. But that's not enough. That is not enough. He's another driver that I couldn't really find much fault with so far this season. He seems to have the speed. He's got the backing of a team in a very, very difficult situation. Potential Formula 1 world champion in the future? Maybe. I'll leave that one up in the air a little bit. George Russell, this was a pretty straightforward one for me. He is a Jedi. But a little bit like Gasly, only a Padawan. Only a Padawan. We don't want to go anything serious. Sergio Perez. Now, this is a tricky one because everything he does for his home country in the Mexican Grand Prix, all that money he raised when there was the earthquake last season, he was an inspiration. However, antics like what happened at Singapore, crashing Ocon into the wall, but more importantly, crashing deliberately into Sergei Sorokin, the Lord and Saviour, you can't be doing that if you're a Jedi. You would not be doing that, betraying the meme community from the Formula 1 universe. He is a Sith. It's just, you can't go crashing Sorokin. Anyone who ever said a bad word about Sorokin, heads up, is on the Sith side. Okay? Glad we got that out of the way. No, Perez, a difficult one, like I say, but tendency to be a little bit of a moaner, and he is officially a Sith. Lando Norris, ooh, another one. I think this will get people talking, Lando Norris, because I think we all know he's a bit of a memester. And there's nothing that most Formula 1 fans love more than a memester. However, he's joined McLaren. He has stolen a seat from Fernando Alonso, the biggest memer of all time in Formula 1. But that is not enough. That is not enough. Of course we were going to put Norris on the side of the light. He seems to me like a bit of a prequelist. I can see Norris, you know, his favourite film being Attack of the Clones, which I'm cool with. I can allow that because he's quick. He's looking good this season. I said in my mailbox the other day that for me, I did not expect him to be this quick. Coming out of F2, thought he needed another season. But no, he's proved me wrong straight away. So Norris, he is a Jedi. Haha. Okay. My boy, my hero, Romain Grosjean. What a nice guy. He's got a cookbook for crying out loud. You know, this guy is a true legend of the sport, always providing shots on the highlights, however for the wrong reasons, because it's usually because he's destroying the car. But I can't put him on the Sith, I can't put him on the light side. To me, Grosjean is the Death Star. Because, let's be honest, anywhere he goes, there is utter chaos. Utter chaos. Just think of Spain last season. If that didn't remind you of when the Death Star 1 blew up Alderaan, then I don't know what it did remind you of. It was utter chaos. My boy is the Death Star. I can't put him on the Jedi or the light or the dark. So if you want to decide for me in the comments, please feel free to do so. Next up is Lance Stroll. I'm trying to think of something really nice to say about Lance Stroll. He's got a podium. He tried to help Williams out, but he left. He's put a lot of money and backing into Racing Point, helped that team survive. So yeah, that's brilliant. However, I think we know, arguably the biggest moaner on the grid. I think it's fair to say. However, he's not on the Sith. He is not on the light. He is indeed Lando Calrissian because he just has all the money. One of the biggest scoundrels in the galaxy because most people don't know why he's got a seat in Formula 1, but also he can just buy his way anywhere. So that is why Lance Stroll is there. In all seriousness, I like Stroll, but yeah, that is why he's Lando. I hope people don't get too upset by that. Robert Kubica is up next. Difficult return to Formula 1 this season. Very difficult return. Hasn't performed to the levels we expected. Poland's only Formula 1 pole sitter, and race winner. Anything bad about him? Probably not. Robert Kubica. He is a Jedi, and not only is he a Jedi? He is a master. He's on the council. He is one of the most experienced, wise drivers in the field. And yes, he's been away for a little bit of while. He's not seen battle for a little bit of time. But if it is needed, he can do the job. He's not that far away from Russell. He's not quite as young as some of these other guys. But he can do a job. Oh, what a video. What a video. Max Verstappen, another one who's really going to be up for debate in the comments. So you can have your say in the top right hand corner. Max Verstappen, Jedi or Sith? A moaner, as all Formula 1 drivers are, but blimey is the Flying Dutchman quick. Carrying that Red Bull team this season on his back, just like Luke did on Dagobah. However, he's got this dark side to him, Max Verstappen. So what I've done, it's just like some others. Max Verstappen is Boba Fett. He's the guy that has an outside chance of just destroying everybody. He's got the skills, but he's a one-man band. He doesn't need anyone else because he's that good. That is exactly what Max Verstappen is. The bounty hunter, the guy with the prophecy to take down Mercedes and Ferrari. And on his day, he can do it. Next up on the judgmental table is Alex Albon. Chris Albon, as the F1 word used to call him. Is he a nice guy? Yes. Is he quick in a Formula 1 car? Yes. Did he almost miss out on Formula 1 and go to the enemy, Formula E? Yes, he did. And for that, can he be redeemed? That's the question. And the answer is yes. I mean, come on. I don't even need to explain this. He's shy as well, which makes him even more of a padawan. He's got much to learn. Didn't quite have the flashy titles coming up through the ranks. But if you take a step back and look at the guys he was against in the lower ranks, GP3 up against Leclerc, then in F2 up against Leclerc again, and then Russell and Norris, he's not had an easy time at all, but midichlorians are high. He's on the Jedi. This is a fun one. This will be a fun one, because if you would have asked me 12 months ago, couple of years ago, if Valtteri was a Jedi or a Sith, it would be super easy that I'd put him on the Jedi. Quiet, humble, gets the job done on track. However, 2019 Bottas, Mr. Porridge himself, that porridge has turned him onto the dark side. 2019 Bottas is super powerful. You don't want to be messing with him whatsoever, because even some of the most mighty Jedi, like Lewis Hamilton, although he's, grey Jedi, even they haven't been able to defeat him this season. He is getting good, is Bottas. Could he be champion this season? We're going to have to wait and find out, but he's looking in a good position. Mr. Smiley Pants, Daniel Ricciardo, made a big mistake at the weekend in Azerbaijan, cost him points. 3 retirements at 4 races. It's not been the dream start to the season for Mr. Ricciardo. I think he would hate it if I said he was the light side, because he seems too cool to be on the light side. He's just everything. He was so perfect for Red Bull, all the crazy stunts they did, but again, he's Mr. Smiles, so he's not the dark side. But for me, Daniel Ricciardo, Dan Solo. Just makes sense. Just makes sense. Doesn't really care what anyone else thinks. He's happy to do his own thing, but most importantly, he's one of the best pilots in the galaxy. This guy can drive a Formula 1 car. Doesn't matter where. He will be flinging ion dive bombs wherever he goes. Master of the overtake, Dan Solo. Here he is. Level 50 boss. The almost prestige master of the Formula 1 world. He's got diamond camo on every single weapon in his arsenal. He is just Kimi Räikkönen, the Ice Man. Formula 1 World Champion 2007, Ferrari's last race winner. That's crazy to think. He's got a pole position more recently than Sebastian Vettel, and it's no wonder that he is the Emperor. The man hides behind the sunglasses. He's the Iceman because he doesn't quite have electricity coming out of his fingers. He literally has ice. Ice cool, but not only that, he's getting the ice cream. He's yelling at people that he wants his steering wheel. No respect for anybody. Kimi Räikkönen is the Emperor above all of us, and I don't think anyone is going to disagree with me on that one. And we are now down to our final contestant, Charles Leclerc. Last year, Rookie of the Season by a country mile. The year before that, Formula 2 champion. This year has his chance in a Ferrari. What a season it's been so far. Even though he hasn't had a flashy win, he's been sniffing thereabouts. Could have in Bahrain. No one's got a bad word to say about him. And let me leave you on this thought. Charles Leclerc is a Jedi, but is he the chosen one? Is he the man to fulfill all the prophecies, to take down Mercedes, to stop the dominance, to bring balance to the sport? Charles Leclerc is our final contestant. He is the last Jedi. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below to every single driver we have spoken about today. And again, it's all a big laugh. It's all a bit of fun. And I wanted to just try and do something really different, really peculiar, something that I probably don't think anyone's ever even considered on YouTube. And even in the Formula 1 community, probably people didn't expect this ever to be in their sub boxes. But there you go. It's a little bit of a laugh, and I hope you have enjoyed. Subscribe if you are new. Thank you for watching. May the force be with you. Always wanted to say that. And I'll see you in the next one.